So which of the following would best help to expose a flaw in the reasoning to the left? What is the reasoning? So the reasoning is that anarchists are far more likely to vandalize university property than are volunteers. The reasoning is they arrested 5 anarchists for vandalism, but only 4 volunteers. So this shows up a lot more in quantitative data sufficiency questions, and this is really an issue of actual number versus percent. That's a percent sign, really. All we're given are actual numbers, and more anarchists were arrested than volunteers. To expose a flaw, we would probably need something about how many of them are actually there. Because if it's, if there are, so the anarchists arrested is 5 out of 100 for a 5% arrest rate, where the volunteers were 4 out of 10 total for a 40% arrest rate. Just having more anarchists per se does not mean that they are far more likely to vandalize university property than volunteers. So we need to know how many there are. Let's find the answer choice that does that. A, investigating whether any students were both volunteers and anarchists. This one is sort of tempting, I think, if you haven't already done that reasoning in your head, because you say, oh, well, if someone is both, it really muddies the waters, I guess. And I guess it does a little bit, but it doesn't best expose the flaw. B, discussing the percentage of total acts of vandalism on campus that were performed by volunteers and anarchists respectively. Again, it's not the number of acts that are performed, but whether a person is likely to perform one or more of them. So it's not A or B. C, distinguishing between politically motivated vandalism and non-politically motivated vandalism. This is one of these kind of outside the scope of the passage, but it's too specific. We don't actually care about the source of the vandalism or the motivation of the vandalism, just whether it's going to occur. D, comparing the total percentage of volunteers who are arrested for acts of vandalism with the total percentage of anarchists who were arrested for acts of vandalism, and that's what we were doing over here. So choice D would give us a better idea of the probability of which group has the higher probability of vandalizing university property. Choice D.